What's up, guys? It's Dante here, back giving you yet another Dramascripted Saturday. And before I go on this week in wrestling, I'm going to give you the ratings for all the shows. So as we start off every show, ratings. Raw got 1.89 million, which is just under 2 million. NXT got 849,000. AEW with 928,000, and SmackDown with just over 2 million with 2.6 million viewers. So biggest thing to take note is the NXT and AEW for the second week in a row. They were on two separate days, and for the second week in a row, both shows, especially NXT, ratings are better. So we will watch both shows. Stop making us choose. We will watch both shows. These past 2 weeks have shown that, because with ratings going off on both sides of the field. And with next week, who knows? Maybe both shows, AEW and NXT, maybe both may hit the million mark, because next week, or this upcoming week, both shows are on separate days. I think this week NXT is back again for another Super Tuesday, and I'm not certain, but I think AEW is either back on Wednesday or it's on Thursday due to the playoffs. So either or, they're going to be on two separate days, which means the ratings are going to be high, which is overall good for the wrestling industry. Like, we want to watch all the wrestling. Don't make us choose. So that's with that. And some more undramascripted news. WWE has released the Authors of Pain. They released Razor and Hakeem. Razor had to have surgery to repair his right bicep. He tore it, and they didn't use Hakeem for some reason. So they just had Hakeem off air at home while Razor was healing, and they just decided to just release both of them. The last thing that they were doing is they were with Seth Rollins, but it seems it's just now just Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. So I guess no need for the AOP. So I wish them luck on their future endeavors. Hopefully we'll see them somewhere in the wrestling industry. I mean, Impact is AEW. So hopefully they'll land a job somewhere when Razor gets full recovery. Or they may be, who knows, they may be back in WWE to help Seth Rollins out with something later down the line to make a big comeback. And then on to some more undramascripted news. Vince has he has made a new rule upon superstars doing third-party contracts or partnerships, which is weird because all superstars are independent contractors. So if they're independent contractors, you can't really tell them anything. Really, you can't tell them that they can't, accept another contract. But Vince is doing this. But the more and more as we look into it, the more and more it seems that it's more connected to like their names, like the names that WWE owns. But it says now, if you got 30 days, if you are engaged with outside third parties using your name and likeness in ways that are detrimental to our company, it is imperative that these activities must be terminated within the next 30 days. Violations will result in fines, suspensions, and maybe terminations at WWE's discretion. So now they're mainly aiming at Twitch and Cameo. And Superstars, like Paige, she changed her Twitch name from the official Twitch page to her real name, the official Twitch. So I honestly think it's more along the lines of you can't use WWE's domain name that WWE gave you. So I'm pretty sure you could use your real name, because this is like kind of overboard. He's stopping independent contractors from making money elsewhere. Because remember, they're not all WWE superstars, the wrestlers, they're not employees of WWE. They're contractors. So how can you tell them that they can't sign other third-party contracts? Obviously, they're not other wrestling businesses, but how can you? It just doesn't really make sense to me. I don't think it's going to hold up, to be honest, because I don't see all of these wrestlers canceling their cameos accounts, and I don't see AJ Styles canceling his Twitch account. I just don't see it. And then what is it for like things of like YouTube? Because they don't mention YouTube, and YouTube is still a third party. Xavier Woods, he doesn't use Xavier Woods. He uses his indie name. He uses Creed. So, but then that's still a third. YouTube is still a third party thing. So this is where it gets kind of confusing. But I think it's down to the name. Like, for example, like Big E, that's obviously WWE's. That's not his. So it's like, I think it comes down to the WWE, the name that WWE owns. Like, for example, Jimmy and Jay Uso, that's the Uso part is not theirs, that's WWE. So I think it comes down to the name. Because I don't think if Vince tried to get suspensions for all those wrestlers, if they're using their real names, like, I don't think that would hold up, because it's your real name. So I don't think that will. That's just my thoughts and opinions on that. And today we have a pay-per-view. So third straight week, I'm doing a predictions video. This week we have the AEW, one of their Grand Slams, one of the pay-per-views that's I would say indirectly started it all. We have All Out. That is tonight. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches scheduled for tonight's All Out card. I'm gonna go through them one by one. So we have Britt Baker versus Big Swole in a tooth and nails match, which is yet to be described what that really is. It seems, I'm guessing that Britt is still not back from her knee injury, so they probably got to do some cinematic taped match that WWE's been doing in the past due to the pandemic, and they're gonna do it on the buy-in, which is the pre-show of All Out. But I'm looking forward to this. The Britt Baker and Big Swole feud has had more build to it than anything that Shida, who's the AEW Women's Champion, any build that she's been in since she's been champion. So it sucks that it seems hinting that Britt Baker's they're hinting that she's not 100%, so they just got to do some type of match, because they have been building Britt Baker versus Big Swole for a very, very long time. But we'll see how this tooth and nails match works out. It may be entertaining us out. And then we have the Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express. I'm going to go with Jurassic Express over the Young Bucks. Another feud that's been in the works for over the past 2.5 months. Matt Hardy versus Sammy. And a Broken Rules match. So I'm assuming that's just another word for no disqualification, because that something that's called Broken Rules match doesn't seem like it has any rules. I'm going to go with Matt Hardy. Dark Order versus Matt, Scorpio Sky, and the Natural Nightmares. I'm going to go with the Dark Order. Because, you know, the bad guys have to win too. So give them some more momentum. Then we have the 20-man Casino Battle Royale for the AEW Championship opportunity. If Brian Cage is in this, actually, let me see if I can find out real quick who's in that match, because it just says 20. It doesn't have the superstars' names. No, it doesn't have the wait. Yes, it does. Darby Allin, Lance Archer, Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, Pentium Jr., Ray Phoenix, The Butcher, The Blade, Eddie Kingston, Shawn Spears, Billy Gunn, August Gunn, Jake Hager, Santana, Ortiz, Taylor, and Trent, and some more to be announced. So those are the few of the names listed. Yeah, those are a few of the names listed. I'm gonna go with either, well, Darby just had his match, and so did Brian Cage. I don't know, I'm gonna toss this up as a surprise. I really don't. I'll go with either Darby Allin or Brian Cage to win the Royal Rumble. I'll go with those two. I'll go with those two to win the Royal Rumble for AEW Championship opportunity. And keep in mind, it doesn't. Weird wording. I'm pretty sure they mean okay, yeah, it is for the heavyweight title. All right, fine. Yeah, I'll go with either Darby or Brian Cage to win that. And then we have AEW Women's Championship, Shida versus Thunder Rosa. I'm going to go with Shida, even though there has been almost little to no build to anything ever since Shida's had the title. So that's that. And then we have the AEW Tag Team Championship, Kenny Omega and Adam Page versus FDR. I guess this is where we're going to get the heel turn. Either Kenny's going to turn or Adam's going to turn. Someone's going to turn. I have FDR walking out with the tag titles. And then we have, Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy and a Minnesota Mayhem match. Gonna go with Orange Cassidy. So, yeah, and then we have AEW Championship match. Jon Moxley versus MJF for the belt. And MJF woke up freaking ready to go. He posted this on Twitter, which will be right here. He posted today's the day. It's time for change. It's time for me to become what I was predestined to be since birth. This isn't about you, John. It's all about Pretty Platinum. And then there's a picture of the AEW World Heavyweight title. I'm going to go with somehow MJF pulls this off. So those are my predictions for All Out. Please leave your thoughts of what you think is going to happen in tonight's All Out. And until next Saturday for another Dramascripted Saturday, my name is Dante, and I'm out of here. Be safe, everyone. Please remember to like and share this video. And I'm out of here. Later, and